Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday morning. This is Racist Comment TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. It is easier to trust a leopard with your goats than trusting Kenya Kwanza with the leadership of this country. Yesterday night, we saw Rigathi Gachagua appearing on Citizen TV, being interviewed by various journalists. And if you want to study the thinking of William Samoei Ruto's government, just listen to Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua clearly tells the thinking of the government, the thinking of William Samoei Ruto. Indeed, Gachagua speaks from his heart. Gachagua is the mouthpiece of Kenya Kwanza administration. He says what Ruto thinks, what Ruto would not say. Gachagua says it very clearly. I want us to look at this interview. I want us to give it a critical analysis, right from the body language to the questions and the answers that he was asked, and the way he answered these questions. He came out as a bitter man, and the bitterness was about the former administration. The bitterness, I don't know why Gachagua is always very bitter. When you listen to his tone, normally in communication we say that most of the message is in the tone, not with the words. The tone, the way the person is talking, conveys a deeper message than the words. The voice of Gachagua is usually harsh. The voice is usually very high. Again, the voice conveys much meaning than the words itself. In a nutshell, we are saying that the language is not usually in the words. And the language could also be in the body language. When you look at Gachagua, when you look at his face, and I want you to do this, I'm giving you an assignment. Anytime Gachagua is talking, he swings his head like a pendulum, kama bebea, hivi. You know, what? Something like this. He moves his head like this. That's the way he moves his way. He's not composed. So this one tells a lot. And that is how, by the way, exactly how his minds move. So when you see somebody moving the head like a pendulum, there's a problem. There's a problem with his perception, the way he sees things. Because perception is the way we interpret things in our minds. Again, when you look at his hands, he moves his hands so much. When you look at his eyes, the eyes tells a lot. When you look at the combative Gachagua, you see the man is one person who does not mince any word. He can say whatever he thinks. And one thing that was addressed is about the media. He was asked questions about the media. How Kenya Kwanza have been saying that they are going to crush the media and the cartels in the media industry. And we saw a man with the problem of the media. So in a nutshell, Kenya Kwanza iko na shida sana na watu wa media. Na nobody has ever fought the media and won the battle. There is no way Gachagua is going to win this war. And according to Gachagua, the media has taken sides. And he was very critical with the Standard newspaper. And Citizen, that's a Royal Media Service. In fact, he pointed at the two media houses, which is wrong in my view. Not forgetting, if you remember, that Gachagua is the second in command. And now, this is the position of the government. A very negative attitude towards the media houses. And this is indeed killing investment. This is indeed interfering with the freedom of the media. This is threatening the freedom that is enshrined in the Constitution. And when you look at the journalists who were there, you realize that these people were not very hard on him. Maybe he is a master of doublespeak, because what came out is that they want to respect the media freedom, but at the same time, he is fighting them. At the same time, he doesn't want them to criticize them. Hataki waonyeshe makosa ambayo yanafanywa na viongozi. He is feeling the heat of the government, not of the government, of the media houses. And I believe that this is the position of Kenya Kwanza. Kenya Kwanza is being rattled by the media. And again, you know very well that when you listen to Gachagua, you see somebody who is even trying to divert the attention of the people. Something that also came out is that he is very defensive of himself, defensive of the government. And again, when you look or when you listen to Rigathi Gachagua, you see somebody with a problem, somebody who is even denying what he had said in the past, a master of doublespeak. He says this, and then the following day, he denies. But I've repeated it again, that Kenya Kwanza is not friendly to the media houses. The other thing that came out is about governance. And some questions were put to him. The way he was referring to Kenya as a company with preferential shares, normal shares, dividends, and so on and so forth. But he came out unapologetically. He's not apologetic at all. He comes out as a symbol of disunity in this country. If there is one person who is divisive, who is dividing this nation along tribal lines, along party lines, along regional lines, it is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And he said that the government have no time for opposition. The government, yes, has the obligation of developing, kupeleka maendeleo kila mahali, lakini akaapa kwa jua, mwezi na nyota, kwamba watu wa upinzani wasahau kabisa kupewa kazi za serikali. Reason? They did not vote for William Samoei Ruto. Number two, they do not agree with his policies of bottom-up economic model and many other policies. So if you are you don't agree, if at all you don't agree with William Samoei Ruto, then you have no right to be in government. That is not my words. Those are Gachagwa's sentiments on a national TV. Again, he went ballistic on opposition leaders from Azimio, especially Jubilee and ODM, that normally he see people hovering like eagles around State House, trying to have an audience with William Samoei Ruto. And these are leaders. These are elected leaders. He went ahead and said that it is Jubilee MPs who went to William Samoei Ruto begging. He said that it is ODM, were the five guys, Akina Jalango, who went to beg to work with William Samoei Ruto. And I believe Gachagua was not happy with these guys. Gachagua was not happy with the way some ODM guys have been trying to meet him and William Samoei Ruto sometimes at night. This was very telling. This is betrayal. And I believe the leader of opposition need to crack the whip. Those guys who are defying the party's position need to be de-whipped. They should be punished. They should be disciplined. Let us have discipline in the party, because Gachagua said it, that normally huwa anaona wakijaribu kuona vile ambavyo watamsaliti kiongozi wa upinzani na kwenda kuona agaa kama watapata mapochopocho upande wa serikali. Again, something else that he talked about and came out very clearly on the issue of governance is that this government does not trust the police. This government has a problem with the way the police work. Remember, any policeman who was listening to Gachagua would find it difficult implementing some orders, including court orders, including dealing with people who are demonstrating in mass action. Kwa sababu kulingana na yeye, maafisa wa polisi wanafaa kufuata vile ambavyo wanaambiwa na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Although they are saying that the police service is now independent, any policeman would think twice before following some orders, kwa sababu serikali hii vile ambavyo ilijitokeza na kuonyesha ni kwamba itakugeuka, utafanya jambo na wewe unafikiri unafanya jambo kulingana na sheria. But now he even said that the commander who was, I don't know which police was this, where people were evicted at night, and you see these guys were just following a court order. I think the commander lost the job the county commissioners. I don't know what happened to him. I'm not sure. But I believe he is not happy wherever he is. So you can see a government that is in conflict with the police. And again, he was also put to task about the cost of living. Something caught my attention, that the price of uga has dropped from 230 to 170. When I was going around the supermarket this weekend, and then entered several Naivas and some others, Kina Magunado, what I realized is that I did not see any maize flour selling at Kenya shilling 170. Kulingana nami, uga ulikuwa wauzwa kati ya shilingi 180 na shilingi 220. So nothing has changed, truth be told. Again, Gachagua said that they are looking for maize, but they are not getting anywhere that they can import maize. And this is the same government that was telling us during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's term that factors happening outside the country have nothing to do with the price of commodities in Kenya. See the master of doublespeak. Angalia wale watu ambao wanaongea. You know, sometimes it is important tujue kwamba hatuongei kwa sababu tuna midomo. Tuongea kwa sababu tuna mambo ya kusema. Tuongea kwa sababu tunafaa kupitisha ujumbe fulani. Sio kwa sababu tuna midomo. Lakini sasa, when you look at Kenya Kwanza, it is a master of doublespeak. Again, the issue of electricity. Kenyans have no hope. Though he said that there is a lot that is happening behind the scene, sioni chochote abacho aliwaahidi wa Kenya. And I told you, when Gachagua is speaking, it is the position of the government. It is the position of William Samoei Ruto. Remember, in the manifesto of UDA had promised to lower electricity to affordable prices. Lakini kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba hawana namna. Hawajui wafanye nini. They had no plan. And what he was saying, he fell short of saying that there is no hope. About the fertilizers, one thing caught my attention, that out of 16 counties that are receiving subsidized fertilizers, none of the counties in Mount Kenya is receiving subsidized fertilizers. That is why I said in my previous video that Ruto no longer excites the Kikuyus. This is the case. And ukiangalia utaona kwamba katika sehemu za Mlima Kenya, this is where we have Nyandarua, a county that can feed the whole nation. But nothing seems to be done. No free fertilizer, no subsidized fertilizer, poor road networks, and you expect the Kikuyus to continue singing Hosanna to the King. I believe people have become wiser. And there was also the issue of education, especially CBC, elimu ya umilisi, tuite elimu ya umilisi, competency-based curriculum. The government is not prepared. The government is clueless on this. There is a problem with the education. You find a situation, a school has grade 7 students of about 200, and there are only 2 teachers or 1 teacher teaching all the subjects. There is a crisis. No laboratories, no teachers, no textbooks. The government is not prepared with CBC. Something needs to be done. Though he talked about employing many teachers, there is more than this. The government needs to pull up its socks. The government needs to stop joking with the lives of Kenyans. The lives of our children is very precious. Sio kitu ambacho tunaweza kuchezea kama vile ambavyo tunaona serikali ikichukulia maisha ya watoto wetu kama kitu ambacho hakina maana sana. He also talked about the issue of the security, and what came out very clearly that the country is in a crisis. In the North Rift, watu wanauawa kama mede, wanauawa na maharamia. The bandits are killing them, and we saw him describing, using the way he described the CS interior, Kithure Kindiki. He used some adjectives which I did not like when describing the CS interior. I will not even use them here because I find it inappropriate to use to somebody of Kithure Kindiki. But truth be told, the bandits are overpowering our security agents. The bandits are overpowering the police, backed by the soldiers, backed by the army, but nothing much to show. They are talking about phase 2, and even as I go on air, I understand in Samburu, somebody has been killed by the bandits. Even after Kindiki gave a notice, an ultimatum of the beginning of phase 2, this government needs to put its house in order. This government needs to secure its people. A government that cannot protect its people has no business being in office. In a nutshell, I saw the deputy president, who is very defensive and blaming the previous administration. He cannot complete 5 sentences without criticizing Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's administration, without criticizing Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, without referring to the handshake, which is wrong in my view. The speech, the interview, according to me, does not give any hope. The government did not give any hope. If I were to rate Gachagua in the interview, in terms of eloquence, I would give him a C+. In terms of content, I would give him a D-. In terms of competence, I would give him an E. In terms of inspiration, I would give him an E. Gachagua doesn't inspire. Gachagua doesn't give any hope. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, it was a flop. This is Gashi's Comment TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Kindly take a minute and like this video, comment, and let me know what you think about yesterday's interview. Till next time, bye-bye.